and we're going to usher in 2018. And always, New Year's bring with it the idea, the hope, the feeling and prospect of better things to come, of happiness, to life, to love, towards bettering ourselves, and towards growing older and knowing ourselves. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program. You're still tuned to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, you're on to a special program, one program only dedicated to you and all the lovers out there. Welcome to Heartbeat, a program dedicated to all the young lovers and the old flames. On Heartbeat, we celebrate love in all its beauties and complexities. We take a trip down Lover's Lane and dive into the word, that four-letter word that has inspired so many, has raised the hopes of many, and dashed the hearts of many. We understand and appreciate love in all its beauties and complexities here. Tonight is another special night where we're going to take another journey down Lover's Lane towards understanding, towards feeling, compassion, and knowing. And of course, my name still remains Bucci. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. So, before we begin and dive straight into the topic of the day, we're going to take a short break. So, if you're out there, cuddled up in the arms of that very special person you call your heartbeat, or if you're a lonely heart out there looking to find that special someone, or even if you are a troubled heart looking for answers to questions, to your marital, to your girlfriend problems, your boyfriend problems, whatever it is, I can tell you this: you're in the right place. So, welcome home and join me as we take this journey together. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It's Radio 101.1 FM, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, I'd like to welcome you back to Heartbeat, a special program dedicated to all the lovers out there, from the young loves to the old flames. This is your show, this is your program, this is your hour, this is your forum. And of course, my name is Bucci, and like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. And in the immortal words of Charlie Chaplin, I'm a tramp, a gentleman, a poet, a dreamer, a lonely fellow, always hopeful of romance and an adventure. Yes, this is still your favorite radio station, and tonight, once again, we're going to take that journey down Lover's Lane and explore love, another facet of love. Tonight is a special program. As you know, if you're a regular listener to this program, we do something special every Thursday. But if this is your first time joining us, tonight we're going to talk about, this is our forum, our free-flowing forum, where we just talk. Instead of me lecturing you, we're just going to talk, and I'm just going to talk from the heart. I'm going to talk straight to you and give you my own thoughts and my own assessments on certain topics. I like to call this understanding the sexes. This is a forum where we try to understand the opposite sex. That's men understanding women better and women understanding men better, because half the time, in fact, 95% of the time, most of our problems in our relationships stem from the lack of communication, the lack of understanding, proper understanding of one another. Many people will say men are from Venus and men are from Mars and women are from Venus, like we're from two different planets. But we're all human beings. And if we just take out the time to try and bridge that gap of understanding, to see things differently, to know and appreciate our differences, but yet see things and know that we see things differently, a lot can happen towards better relationships, towards understanding and growing together. And so tonight we take another chapter down understanding sexes, down this path, down this road. Now, the last time we had this talk, we tried to look at the aspect of lying. And like I said, this talk always stems from a question, a fundamental question. And I tried to look at it to answer the question most women ask: why do men lie? And I gave several instances and I gave several reasons. And I even tried to point out and let everyone understand that everybody lies. It's not something that is genetically specific to one gender. It is something that we all do. Now, the degree in which it's being done is where the dividing line stems from. On this program, on this same subject, understanding men and women, I also spoke about pain, understanding a woman's pain, emotional pain, how it runs deep. Because a lot of men don't understand, why do women hold on to certain things? I thought we settled this, and here we are still talking about it 10 years down the line. And I tried to let us know and understand that women are emotional creatures. They're creatures of emotion. So when you hurt a woman emotionally, it runs deep. Women do not compactualize their feelings or their emotions or situations. A woman's pain, a woman's emotions flows like a river. So if you drop a stone or a feather at one end of that river, it will flow down to the end of the stream, which is what emotional pain is like for a woman. It flows down. Even if it's a previous pain, maybe she was hurt in the past before, that pain translates and flows down. While as men tend to compactualize their feelings. Every situation has its time. Whatever pain, whatever conclusion we have, it's compactualized to that instance and to that moment. And then you move on to the next one. Today, I just want to draw a few differences. Tonight, what I'm talking about, I'm just going to say, I just titled it just like the title of this segment or this series, Understanding the Opposite Sex. And I sort of just generalized it. Little differences that make all the difference. Now, Sometimes it can be difficult to understand the opposite sex. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just talk one on one. I mean, girls normally wouldn't understand why a guy or her man or her husband is so competitive over simple things like a game, football. Women can't understand that. It baffles the mind. Why men will be so passionate about something that really it seems trivial to them. Like a football match. And also, on the opposite sense or the opposite spectrum, guys don't understand why, for example, women wear high heels. Even though they know it's painful and it's uncomfortable, why they wear it and why they're so obsessed with it. We don't get it. You wouldn't see a man wearing high heels, but men don't understand that. So, you see, the thing is, we must always understand that men and women are different. We are apples, women are oranges. We are red, women are blue. We are different. There is no doubt about it. And when it comes down to it, to be honest, on a biological sense, our brains were just wired differently. We think differently. Sometimes, you see, these differences can blind us from being able to understand each other. And so too, in order to overcome this, we have to understand what is going on in the minds of the opposite sex. What's going on in the minds of your significant other, your paramour. How do they think? How would they feel? Putting yourself in that position, putting yourself in their shoes and trying to understand where your partner is coming from. Now, tonight, I particularly want to just shed some light on women. Something to help us men all over the world, wherever you are, wherever you're listening to this program, wherever you're watching this program, just shed a little light to understand a few things, just to put things into perspective for each of us. Now, recently, I went to a group. I went to a gathering of friends, and all guys, and we're all sitting down, and conversation of course started to pick up, and of course when guys are gathered, it's either one of two things: you're either talking sports or you're talking women. And of course, by the time we'd finished running out the discussion about Arsenal and Arsene Wenger and Mourinho and all that, the conversation of course slipped into women. And one question that just kept coming up, one thing that it just kept repeating itself, and I took a mental note of it, and I decided I was going to try and tackle this in my own way. And the question went like, why do girls say something but mean something else? Now, if you've been in a relationship, you've had a girl in your life, you've come across this problem. What your woman is saying to you is totally different from what she means, and it baffles your mind because you can't understand it. She's telling you, go, I don't want to see you. You go, and she's saying, why did you leave? I remember this happened to me years ago in a relationship. I met this girl, I liked her, I asked her out, we were dating, and she actually ended the relationship. She said to me, I think it's best we go our separate ways. And I was like, okay, I understand that. I will respect what your wishes are. Let's go our separate ways. I didn't call her first day. I didn't call her the second day. On the third day, she calls me up and it's like, why didn't I call her? Don't I care about her? And I was like, but you ended this relationship, so why would I be calling you? And she was visibly upset, and I couldn't understand it. You clearly said, and I quote, you wanted to end the relationship, and now all of a sudden you're calling me up and complaining about why I didn't call you. And it baffled my head. I could not for the life of me understand it. Now, don't get me wrong, not all women do this, but we have to admit it is fairly common. Women, you may not think it is, but trust me, ask if you're sitting next to your boyfriend or your guy, ask him. It's true, you do this. But still, why do they do this? Well, here's my thought on it. This is my own aspect, or this is my own thinking about it. For me, it depends on circumstance. Maybe your woman, or maybe she doesn't want to come off as demanding, and maybe she's hoping that you as a guy realize how she truly feels, because like I said, women are emotional creatures. Women express themselves more of how they feel. Women react more on what they hear. Women are even more internal than men. A man is a visual creature. A man reacts more on what he sees, what is in front of him. But a woman reacts more on what she feels. And now maybe, she wants you to realize, or feels that you should truly know how she feels, so she doesn't have to feel like she's asking too much. I don't know if that's if it came out clearly, but bear with me on this. Sometimes she might just feel uncomfortable being straightforward. And the truth is, we really don't we don't know. That's the truth. I don't know, you don't know, and I don't know. But these are all just different thoughts and aspects to the whole dilemma, to the whole situation. Because the truth is, it varies from person to person. Now, whoever you're dealing with in your relationship, if it's your woman or your man, whoever you're dealing with, that situation depends. This context also depends on the person. So her saying what she's feeling and meaning something else, it depends on your relationship with said person. So I can't give you a general answer. I'm just speaking on my own thoughts on the situation. But the truth is, I can imagine that if I was maybe a guy in that situation, it would really be frustrating. Women, don't you think so? It'd be frustrating. See, the thing is, you have to understand that guys, like I said, are visual creatures. They think more directly. They think more in direct terms. So if you tell me as a guy, don't go there. Don't go there for me means don't go there. But maybe for a woman, don't go there for her is you saying, okay, I heard what you said, but it's like you want me to go there. Men are straightforward. Men are simple. We are not complicated. You see, it's much easier for a man, if women are just straightforward with them. Many guys will tell you this. If you like a guy, you like him. You tell him you like him. He's not going to think less of you. Tell him you like him. But then you don't say anything. You act like you don't like the person. When the person acts differently, but can't you tell? Can't you see? No, we can't. We're slow. I'm sorry to say this. Men, when it comes to matters of the heart, we're slow. Women have us all beat. So, women, it might benefit you more if you adopted a more straightforward approach to your own communication. And to be honest, it's just a better way to communicate anyway. Just be straight. I can't understand. I can't tell you how you feel. I can't figure out the signs and signals. Do you know that a man has 6 parts of his brain dedicated to reading facial expressions and body language, whereas a woman has 14 parts of her brain? Women, you're more adept at communicating this way. Men, we are not. So it would help you to communicate more clearly and more openly. And I promise you, you will have better understanding of your man and your relationship. You see, the truth is, there are ways to speak your mind honestly while still being sensitive and polite about it. And the truth is, it will help save you from these little arguments and any confusion that will come up later that might need to be addressed in the start or the beginning. Because in the end, signals still get crossed when men don't recognize these little or subtle hints that women try to give them. Whether it's just about a tiny matter or it's about trying to communicate that they have feelings for them. The truth is, girls or women, ladies, you think that guys will notice or catch on. But the truth is, men, we don't always do. We don't. It's unfortunate, but we don't. Again, I say this again. The solution is to be more direct. Just direct. Be more open and be more direct and be more straightforward. It will save you a lot. Now, another aspect that comes up. Ladies, men also in relationships, men like to be strong. Men like to be seen as, we have this natural tendency to be seen as the alpha male, to be, I won't say dominant, but, just to being a man in a relationship. Now, nowadays, especially nowadays, with the advent of technology and women's rights and progressive movements, women like to be independent, and there's nothing wrong in that. I love a strong, independent woman, a forward-thinking woman who can stand on her own and make her own decisions. There's nothing to me more assertive and attractive in a woman, in a woman's quality. You see, nowadays, women like to know that they are capable on their own. And they want to continue to show the world that they, women are strong and just as much as men are, and deserve the same equal treatment, deserve the same equal rights. And I agree to an extent. I agree with that. You see, I'm not saying that women are not strong. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that there are some things within a man that wants to have the opportunities to use their natural or manly strength for the benefit of others. What do I mean by this? Now, call me old-fashioned, call me chivalrous. Sometimes I like to open the doors for women. I like to do things for my woman, just to show that, I care in that regard. It's not disrespectful, but it's just something inbuilt in men. Call it guy code, call it man's code. And the truth is, most women still desire to follow this code. It's respectful. It's sort of that dividing line. So ladies, this is my charge to you tonight. Don't deny the man or the men in your life the opportunity to fulfill their desires, to treat you with care. Now, what do I mean by this? If you deny a man that these little opportunities of showing that manliness, that manly strength, that bravado, that being a man aspect, if you deny him these things, you're emasculating him, and you're denying him his manhood. When I say manhood, I don't mean, but you understand what I mean. It's a sense of pride. Let them hold the door for you. Let them open the door for you. Let them help you with carrying whatever it is. Let them be that man. Let them show that willingness. There's nothing wrong in showing that vulnerability with one another. There's nothing wrong in being vulnerable with your partner. There's nothing wrong in wanting a shoulder to lean on. So you can still be a strong woman while letting your men be strong too. To be honest, it's actually an act of love and gratitude on your part to allow yourselves to be served. For the truth is, when you allow men to satisfy that part of themselves that seeks to care and support you, it gives a man that validation. So, tonight, if there's anything you're going to go home with, if you're a lady and you consider yourself a forward thinking, independent, strong woman, I salute you. But sometimes you have to let a man be a man. You have to let a man love you as a man. Because when you don't, you emasculate him. You push him away. You make him feel smaller than he should in that relationship, in your loving relationship. And men or ladies, you also must understand this. Men, women are more subversive than you. Women are more cerebral. Women speak or feel through their emotions. And so, sometimes a woman may not be clear on what she's saying. So women, in order to dispel some of this confusion in your relationship, it would help once in a while just to be more open and straightforward. Because to be honest, guys, we're just not as emotionally in tuned or even as smart as you when it comes to matters of the heart. This is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and this is Heartbeat. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, I'm going to open up the lines to you out there for you to call in to share your love stories. If there's something in your relationship that you're looking for some sort of solution to, some problem that you've rigmarolled and just can't find an answer to, or maybe you just have a question you want answered about what we talked about or any other topic concerning matters of the heart, you can call in, share your thoughts, and we here on Heartbeat will do our best to give you that answer, that solution you're looking for. Or maybe you just want to express yourself and show that love to someone very special in your life. Your time to do that will be open to you right after this very, very short break. 1.1 FM, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, you are still on to Heartbeat. Tonight, we talked about understanding the opposite sex and the little differences that make all the differences. We tried to look at it from aspects that affect both men and women. In regards to men, we talked about, or to women, for women to understand that men are simple creatures. Men, when it comes to signs and signals, we suggested, or one of the things that I suggested, was the best way to communicate, especially when it comes to breaking that barrier of communication. When you say one thing but mean another thing, is just to be more open and straightforward with what you mean. We try to also give men that context to understand where women are coming from. Sometimes when you have that question where a woman says one thing and means exactly another thing. We also talked about the aspect of letting your man feel like a man, recognizing that he is the man in your relationship. Submitting. I won't say submitting, I won't say subjecting, but just letting him feel, especially this day and age where we have more independent, forward-thinking women. There's nothing wrong in it. In fact, it's a very, very attractive quality. But sometimes a man just has to feel like a man. So let your man be that man in your life. Let him show his love. Let him show that concern for you. There's nothing wrong in vulnerability in your relationships. Showing that vulnerable side. Just embracing the fact that this is your man and you are his woman. It may sound crude, it may sound even backwards or even a bit chauvinistic, but I assure you, there is method to the madness that I'm bringing out here tonight for you. This is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and my name is Bucci, and like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. I want to open up the phone lines to you out there, for you to call in to share your love stories, because every love story is either sweet or bitter. Everybody has one. If yours is a sweet love story, why not call in and express and share that love to the person in your life that's making you feel like you're on top of the world? Or if there's something, a question out there that you want to ask, you're looking for a solution to. Maybe there's a problem in your relationship that you haven't been able to talk to people about it. You haven't been able to find the words or find that solution. If you can hear my voice right now, the solution is probably right here. And you know what they say, a problem shared is half solved. So why don't you call in? The number still is 081 89 99 1011. I'll take it again. 081 89 99 1011. Like we always say on this program, no man is an island of knowledge. No man is a repository of knowledge. So why don't you call in? Maybe there's some aspects that I missed out that you want some answers to. You can call in and share your own thoughts. My first call. Hello, good evening. Hello. Looks like we lost that call. Here we go again. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Good evening.
Okay, I'll be listening to your program.
All right. Thank you. What's your name? What's your name? Are you calling me from?
My name is Harmony. I'm calling from Abuja.
Harmony from Abuja. How's Abuja? What part of Abuja? We're all in Abuja together.
Guarimpa precisely.
Guarimpa. How's Guarimpa this evening, my sister?
And I'm a first caller.
First time caller, Harmony. In fact, if I could sing to you, I have a very horrible singing voice, but if I could sing to you, I would do that right now. How was your day, Harmony?
It's been okay.
All right. Talk to me.
Okay, this is the second time listening to your program.
Okay.
I usually don't stay awake.
All right.
But I said I could try, and I was the first person.
Wow. In fact, Harmony, you know what? I'm going to sing to you. I'm going to sing to you. Pick a song I'm going to sing to you right now.
Okay. Play me.
Yes.
I love Faith songs though.
You love Faith songs.
Yes.
What Faith song is coming to my head? Kaki no be leather, originality. Oh, 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 oh. I'm sorry. Let me not.
Sounds really cool.
Let me not give you nightmares. My voice is horrible.
Okay. I wanted to ask a question.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, you talked about independent women and how they like to be in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think my last relationship, I had issues with that.
Okay.
Okay, I work. I'm an event planner.
Okay.
And then I'm an independent person. I pay my bills. I enjoy being the boss.
Yes.
But there's a time in my relationship where we started having, it started when it was my boyfriend's birthday. So I wanted the party to be the best because when you do events,
yes,
if you have somebody that wants to,
you always want to top. You always want to top it. Okay, yeah, okay.
So I made the party. I was up and down trying to make everything okay, the champagne light, the cake and everything. And he said he wanted to show me off that day of his birthday. So I told him, and we were just like 2 months old. Okay, so I didn't want to be in a hurry to be showing out to the world. I actually like my relationship very quiet, so he got angry, which I wasn't aware of. And subsequent things like that, he kept keeping them in his mind. Sometimes we said, okay, let's do it all. Okay, how about we do it like this? He said, okay, let's do it. He won't complain. You get? Until we started having issues.
Yeah.
That is when he started bringing up these things. Like, I'm always the boss. He even told my friends to tell me.
He told your friends to tell you.
Yeah, like, I'm the boss. I'm the man in the relationship. He's the woman. So, when you said it to him, it just struck my mind. Though we're not together anymore, but I don't know if I'm really bossy.
Well, okay, Harmony, from what you said, I don't think the blame, you take any kind of blame in this situation. Of course, they say it takes two to tango, but I don't think you take blame in this situation in the sense that for him to be keeping a grudge, for him to have something in his mind and not express it when he's supposed to express it, he keeps it in his mind and he keeps his feelings and emotions bottled up and then exploding one bright sunny day. I think that's where he actually made the mistake. Looks like we lost the call. But Harmony, if you can hear me, I think that's where the mistake actually lied in, where it lays. Your boyfriend should be able to tell you how he feels, tell you how it affects him in his own way. It shouldn't be, oh, you know what, I'm just going to keep quiet, and then it keeps that building that resentment. It kills the relationship. Let me take this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
You are speaking that in living in Abuja.
In Abuja? What part of Abuja, my brother?
I am living in Guagua.
How is Guagua this evening, my brother? We they push them small now, my brother. All right, talk to me. What can I do for you this evening?
I have problem of my relationship. I need an advice.
Okay.
I don't know where to start. Because there is a lady that we are together more than 4 years. So maybe when she is in need of anything, attending a live or school something, she will call me. But since when we are together, the parents, we are talking while with the parents they like me so much. They are serious brother. They don't even say the day never open up for me to tell me that she's interested. Or she are not interested.
Okay.
Every time when I call her, she will tell me that she keep on praying. There is several times that she told me that she wait to get admission before she go decide. So we try, she get the admission. She can't tell me that when she reach 200 level, she will decide. Now she in 200 level, I talk to her, I did not understand. So I don't need an advice. I don't know.
Okay, my brother, it seems like from the day one, from the start of this relationship, it doesn't seem like this girl actually feels the same way that you feel for her. Yes, her parents may like you, her family may like you, and you also yourself might have these feelings for her, but it sounds like she herself doesn't have the same feelings you have for her. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm just going by what you're saying. She actually has not actually opened up to you to tell you, okay, look, this is how I feel, or this, this is how you make me feel, or I like you, or I care about you. She hasn't actually done that. She told you when she gets into university. Now she has gotten the admission. Now she tells you when I'm in 200 level. Now she's in 200 level. Next thing you know, she'll tell you when I graduate. And then it'll be when she graduates, something comes up. My brother, I think, to be honest, this person doesn't feel the same way you feel about her. That's just the kind of vibe I'm getting from this thing. And you can't force somebody to love you or feel the same way about you if they truly themselves do not. Love and relationships is a two-way thing. As much as you're giving is as much as you should be getting out of this relationship. So I think the best thing for you, because right now, like you said, you're investing your funds into this relationship, you're paying her school fees. Now, she may feel like she's beholden to you, or she has to be with you because of said school fees that you're paying for her. That may be even the tie to the relationship, and that may be even you hear this all the time. A woman gets a man to pay the bills for her like she wants, but she truly doesn't actually love the person or feel the same way about that person. My brother, it seems like you might be stuck in this same situation with this person, and the best advice I can give you right now is cut your losses and just move on. The truth is, there's somebody out there for you who will love you the way you want to be loved and treat you with that same respect and show you that love. But right now, it just doesn't seem like this person feels the same way about you. And I would not ask you to force her. You've expressed yourself. You've told her how you feel about her. She still is not opened up to you. This is apparently, I'm guessing, years have gone into this relationship, because it was until she got the admission. Now she's in 200 level. So I'm guessing at least a few years has gone into this thing. Her family likes you. But even if her family likes you, it all depends down on her. If she doesn't feel the same way about you, my brother, the best thing to do is cut your losses. Cut your losses and move, because right now it's like you're just a dependent. You're a benefactor to this person. You're her school fees, you're her meal ticket right now. That's the way it feels, and nobody wants to feel like a meal ticket.
Okay.
So my brother, I mean, I'm very, very sorry. It doesn't seem like this person feels the same way about you. You may just have to start rethinking your own stance in this relationship that you're having with this person, okay?
This is the truth. I need the advice, because when I meet someone, I ask for the advice, they'll get the permission, this and this. Mm-hmm. Because the thing is so tiring.
I understand.
Now she wants to travel to go and see the mom. So busy complaining for me today that she don't have the transport money. Mm-hmm. So I don't tire. That is why I don't say me I come for this program to meet her. Because it's more than 4 years.
I understand. It's painful.
One day told me that, she has schooling opposite my street from the school to my village.
Yes.
It's higher. She spent 250. Never move from the school to go come, make a place to go see my parents. Mm-hmm. And my mother, she required me a lot, some food, sent to my junior one to give her for school.
Yes.
Even though for this December, they tried their best, they cook something, carry no give her for school. But this thing just tire me.
I understand, my brother. I understand. The truth is, she does not feel the same way about you, and it's painful because you've invested all this time and all these resources in the relationship, and sometimes it's always very hard to walk away when you think about all the things that you've given and put into it. But I think for your own safety, for your own sake, and for your own happiness, and even for your own sanity, I think you need to let this girl go. Let her go her way. Just cut your losses and count your blessings and just move on. There's nothing you can do. You can't force her. You can't force her. She really doesn't. It, to me, in my opinion, it just doesn't seem like this person likes you or loves you the way you love her. Right now, it's just like investing in quicksand. The money will just keep going there. The resources, the feelings, the emotions will just keep going there, and it keeps sinking, and you're not getting the same thing back. You can't force it. Don't force it, because in fact, if you try and force it, that person might even end up hating you and resenting you, and you don't want to be in a loveless marriage or a loveless relationship. Just cut your losses. It's unfortunate. Just cut your losses and move on with your life.
Thank you, sir.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much. All right then. All right then. Have a pleasant evening. Good night. All right. Okay. This is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, this is Heartbeat, a program dedicated to all the lovers out there, from the young loves to the old flames. This is a special program for you. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
My name is Gloria.
Gloria, good evening.
I'm calling from Zuba.
Gloria from Zuba. How's Zuba this evening, my sister?
Zuba, doing fine.
All right, talk to me. What can I do for you this evening?
I'm feeling so bad that I feel so. Already, my mother is in the ordinary president, but waiting the bathroom now. I got caught.
Okay.
I thought they will I will pack from my husband's house.
Yes.
Because that's got why on 14th of December 2017. They said they give me that 14th of December 2017 till January 1st. I should pack from the house.
Yes.
Come out. And two, my husband will not pay the house rent. I am the one who will pay all those things.
Yes.
So I'm just tired because the lawyer where ordinary president give me, as I called the lawyer, Barrister Ladi, he said he's no longer with the ordinary president. So I'm just tired. I'm not sleeping well because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to go.
Madam Gloria, have you contacted the ordinary president since then? Have you let him know that the Barrister Ladi is not part of the Brekete family anymore?
Yes. I got an ordinary president on Saturday for whistleblower. Then I lent my complaint to him. But he said we will write a petition against the court and the police people because I'm going to explain everything where they do me for the court.
Yes.
So since then I'm becoming, but I never get opportunity to see him.
Okay. Gloria, I think you'll be able to catch him tomorrow. If you can come that normal Brekete time before that's 7:30. You'll catch him. He'll be around. He was around today. He'll be around tomorrow. If you can come that time, I'm very sure you'll be able to meet up with him personally, one-on-one, and explain the situation to him, and he can be able to actually move forward if it's to appoint another lawyer or write the petition like he said he would. But I think tomorrow, you can come tomorrow morning here to the station and you'll be able to meet up with him.
Even today I come today because they say something spoiled.
Yes. We had some technical issues, yes.
Go back.
No, we had some technical issues, but those issues have been sorted out. So you can come tomorrow, ma. Or that's today. That's Friday morning. You can come today.
Okay.
Yes, ma. You will meet him and you'll be able to get on air and we can see how we can assist you. Okay, ma?
Okay.
All right, ma. All right. Thank you so much, ma. All right. All right, ma. Good night, ma. Good night. Yes, this is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and this is Heartbeat. And my name is Bucci, and like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. Harmony, I was giving you some advice, but let me answer this call. Hopefully, I'll be able to give you some advice on some more, okay? Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from? Sorry, you said your name is what? Hello? Looks like we lost that call. The number to call is still 081 8999 1011. if there's something in your relationship, some matter of the heart that's troubling you, that you're trying to find that solution to, you can call in and share your thoughts and let us see how we can help one another and we can help you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, this is Ernest calling back.
Ernest calling back. Where's Ernest calling me back from?
So, I just called.
Oh, okay. Yes, my brother. Okay.
Yeah. I just want to appreciate your program. You guys are doing.
Thank you so much, Ernest.
I've been listening to your program. Actually, this is my first time of calling.
Wow.
I just heard to appreciate the program.
All right, Ernest. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate you guys are doing a good job.
Thank you. Hello, Ernest. Are you still there? Oh, well, that was Ernest calling in to show his appreciation. And Ernest, from me and from everybody else here on Heartbeat, I also want to show my appreciation to you, because without you, there is no us. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling me from? Your name is what? Sorry, I can't hear your name.
I said Susan.
Susan?
Yes.
Where's Susan calling me from? Susan from Jabi. How's Jabi this evening, my sister?
Very cool.
All right. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
I want to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it possible for somebody who's a Christian,
Uh-huh.
but not really a good Christian,
Okay.
and maybe somebody else who's not a Christian, maybe a kind of a demon or something? Can you go into that person and that person's relation will be thinking is the person talking, whereby it's not the person. There's something inside that person that is using that person.
Okay, Susan, let me try and understand this question now. You said, is it possible for someone who is a Christian but not a very good Christian to marry another person who isn't a Christian necessarily, right? And without the relations or the relations of one of these individuals not being upset or feeling that the other person is being used or possessed in some way?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Are being possessed.
Okay, so all right, the question is a little confusing, but let me all right.
I've been trying, I don't understand this, because there's this person we used to know, but all of a sudden he changed into something else.
He changed into something else.
Okay, she changed into something else.
Okay, she changed into something else. Okay.
Yeah.
Her personality became different. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She was not really the person we used to know. So with so much prayer, then God now opens our eyes to see that she's not really the person. She was possessed or something like that.
Okay.
So,
all right. What then would you say now it's because of the relationship she's engaged in that has made her turn into someone else, or has become possessed?
yes.
Okay. Well, now what is the situation? Do you want to perform some sort of exorcism, or take the person to church to be redeemed in that way? I'm guessing, since it was the Lord, like you said, that revealed to you guys.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking if it is possible. I find it difficult to believe that something like that can happen.
I find it kind of difficult myself to believe something like that happens. I think I don't know, maybe just me speaking, because I'm more of a realist, and I believe a person's behavior and a person's character is subject to their environment and what they're influenced by. Now, this person you're speaking of, when you say they've changed, is it like a dramatic shift? Is it that they're not they stop speaking to their family members, as a person making ritual sacrifices. It's hard for me to kind of put this into context, but then yes, people do change, and sometimes we let ourselves in relationships change us. The kind of people we interact with and the kind of relationships we also engage in, if kind of changes us. If we allow that to alter who we are, it changes us, no matter who it is, whether it's positively or negatively. Now, if you guys feel that maybe your friend, the relationship she's in right now is not affecting her positively on the outside, now you also have to consider that person. Is that person happy? Is that person being mistreated? They say there's no greater fool than a fool in love. Sometimes we sing on things on the outside, may not see or understand what is going on in the inside of that relationship. So it all depends on also said person. Now, for the whole possession part, I can't really speak to that because that's a spiritual aspect, but it's a spiritual aspect that it has to be dealt with on the person's by the person individually. If the person it's like being a drug addict. The only way you can actually fight or start fighting that addiction is for the person to realize and acknowledge the fact that they are a drug addict. And if the person is not willing to acknowledge or accept the fact they're a drug addict, there's very little that you as an individual or you as a group of individuals can do to help that person. So it depends on the situation. It depends on the said individual. Now, personally, in my opinion, in this case, I think, like you said, it was revealed in prayer. Now, for me, it's a little far-fetched. But if it was revealed in prayer, now it's up to that person to want to change. I mean, if they're in an abusive relationship, it's a different case. But if this person is happy, generally happy in their relationship, then it's who are we to blow against the wind? There's very little we can do unless there's some sort of cry for help. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Kenneth calling back. Kenneth, could you speak a little louder so that we can hear you properly?
This is Mr. Ernest calling back.
Okay, Ernest, my brother, welcome back.
A friend just asked me to ask a question.
Okay. All right, no problem.
So what his action is, he said that is it good to maybe you have a fiancé or you have a girlfriend, or you or your wife, or you show her your investment, or you hand over your things. The guy is a business dealer.
Yes.
Like sometimes he travel, he allows his girl to his shop, take over his business. So showing her all the secret of the business.
Yes.
Is it good like that?
Okay.
What is it right?
It depends on the relationship. If it's your wife, I say why not? I mean, you're to have and to hold and to share your properties, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer. If it's your wife, you're mandated to share. Just, share what you know, share yourself, open yourself up to your wife, and let your wife also open herself up to you. Now, if it's a girlfriend, it depends on the relationship you have with said person. Now, if you want to do this, if maybe it's a casual relationship, I'll say no. It's a casual relationship, you shouldn't. But if this is a deep relationship with a wife, with your spouse, I say share. There's nothing there. There's nothing there in sharing, letting your wife know what you earn. I mean, you don't want a situation where maybe you pass away and then there's hidden property, and then in the end, that wealth you're acquiring is for your family. That wealth you're acquiring is for your wife. So I have no problems sharing with my wife or my significant other, because honesty is still the best policy in a relationship. You should always share. Try to be open with your wife. I mean, a lot of people may disagree. Why would you tell your wife how much you're earning? She's going to be demanding, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that is whatever. But this is your wife. If you're not going to share this information with your wife, then who else are you supposed to share it with? I believe if it's your wife, your spouse, your significant other, sure. But if it's a casual relationship, if it's somebody you're just maybe just a strictly physical relationship, or maybe it's just a casual acquaintance, then no, you're not obliged to share. All right, then. All right, thank you, my brother. Yes, this is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. And if you can hear the sound of my voice, this is Heartbeat. I have a call coming in. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Pastor Gidi. I'm calling from Wuse.
Calling from where, sir?
Wuse 2.
Wuse 2. How is Wuse 2, my brother?
Thank God, everything is fine.
All right. Talk to me. What can I do for you this evening?
I just want to appreciate you people's effort for educating us on what and how to go about life. And if I could remember, I often do say that the greatest mistake one will make in life is marrying a wrong partner.
Yes.
So I look at it in the way the other guy just explained how he worked with the lady and the whole thing went on. I just appreciate that. Taking a very good advice for him to like sit down and think. So like we the youth that are just coming out, at least they are teaching us on how to go about
Yes.
meeting with our partner and how to go about life. So I appreciate God to bless God will bless you people and
Amen.
to get us more.
Amen. Thank you so much, my brother. All right. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you so much.
Okay, so.
All right, then. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Without you, there is no us. And so, as you show that appreciation to us, we here on Heartbeat show you that appreciation and say thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Linda. I'm calling from Lugbe.
Linda from Lugbe. How's Lugbe this evening, my sister?
I want to ask you a question.
All right, go ahead.
There's this guy that we're dating. So, for the past 4 months,
Okay.
so after that, he opened up some certain things to me. I opened up to him. But when he's nice, when he's just to tell me. So, last month,
Yes.
November, was like, I wanted them to head for Christmas. I said, no, you should not dress yourself. I don't need anything for now. So each and every time we're together, he'll be asking me that, is it that I'm in lack of anything? I'm telling that, no, I'm okay. I don't lack anything. So we're doing well. All of a sudden, he could not call, even though if I try to get to him, he'll be telling me that he's somehow busy. That it's no great time for us to talk.
Yes.
So I should understand. It's okay. I don't have a problem with that. So after that, at times if I call him, he will not pick.
Okay.
If I call him, he will not pick. So if I'm asking that what's the problem that he's not picking my call, he's saying that my call will be the best thing that he will never ever do. Even though if he will not be able to help me, those are the things he do tell me. So I tried looking for inquiries to know what is going on. I cannot find anything. All of a sudden, he stopped picking my call. If I call, he could not pick. He did not pick. So the last time we spoke was November 28th.
Okay.
So when he called, I was very angry. I was very mad at him. So I ended the call.
Yes.
Up to today, he did not call. I tried calling, but he did not pick my call. So I don't know whether I should call him or I should just let him go.
Linda. Hello, Linda, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think this misunderstanding that you had has kind of just brought up some sort of revelation in the relationship, because it seems like he was upset maybe when he called you and you were angry. Like you said, you were angry and you ended the call, but you also tried to call him back and he's refusing to answer. Maybe his pride was hurt and all that. Now, for me, what I will say to you is, don't call him again. You've apologized. Have you sent a message to apologize? Tell him you've tried calling him and he's not picking. Just don't try anymore. Just leave it the way it is. The truth is, if he really cares about you and he really wants this thing to work with the two of you, he will also come down off his high horse and you guys can sit down and actually communicate one-on-one, not one person trying to reach out to the other person. A relationship is 50-50. It goes both ways. As much as you're giving is as much as you should be receiving. Now, there was some sort of communication breakdown between the two of you, and now you expressed yourself. There's nothing wrong in my father will say, conflict is part of relationships. You must argue, you must fight. If you don't get into some kind of argument or fight, then your relationship was doomed from the start. Now the ball is in his court. Usually it is the first person who is able to apologize that wins an argument. You've tried to reach out to him. You were angry, and of course you have a right to be upset. You weren't getting back the feedback that you wanted in your relationship. You have a right to be upset. There's nothing wrong there. Now it's up to him. If he really loves you and cares about you, he will make that extra effort to reach out to you and try and sort things out and fix up the situation. If he wants to be a child, or maybe you're just not that number one or that special to him, maybe he has another side chick or another, I call them dependents, another dependent on the side there, fine. Then you're not his priority. You've never been his priority. No harm, no foul. Let him go his way. You move forward. I'm telling you, there's somebody special out there who will make you feel like the most important person in the world and who will give you that time of day. It's unfortunate that it doesn't seem to be this person.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Linda. All right. Okay, take care. Thank you, okay? All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of today's program. I want to thank my producer who actually taught me to be a producer this evening, Mr. Brown. I give you a big salute for your efforts. I also want to thank Mr. Ugo in the IT department and also Desmond in the visual department for streaming us live and making me look this good. If you want to see how good I look or join us here, you can actually go to our social media pages on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Just type in Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM and you can catch all our programs live as they're streaming it live to you. Or if there's a previous program or even this program you want to go back and listen to and get some notes out of, you can go to our social media pages and actually go back and revisit some of these programs that we've done out there. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the team and crew in Heartbeat. And I also want to especially thank you, the fans, the listeners, the callers, the people that called in, the people that shared their love stories, the people that we tried to prefer some solutions to. I hope and I pray that some of the advice we're giving you goes a long way in making and flourishing your relationships to grow and be better. My name is Bucci. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. And before we go, I want you to always remember there's only one happiness in this life, and that is to love and be loved. Good night, everybody.